Hey guys, welcome to Manifesting Better. I'm back with another video and another topic that needs to be addressed. I also have an Instagram account, the link for that is in the description box below. Coaching is also available, the link for that too is in the description box below. If you are someone who is struggling to manifest, this video is for you. In this video, I will explain how a typical journey of a manifestation or a manifester can be, and how a lot of times, because of our unrealistic expectations of what it should be, we actually ruin the journey for ourselves. One thing that I would like to say, it's definitely totally fine to struggle. See, you are manifesting something. Of course, if that is one thing that has led you to this point in your life, that you have felt the need to discover yourself in order for you to manifest it, that does not necessarily mean that you cannot struggle a little bit for it. It's okay to struggle a little bit. Let me tell you where the issue starts. So, let's say I will give you a few examples. Let's say I'm someone who comes from a background where my parents did not have a good relationship. Because of that, as I was growing up, I always understood that relationships can be toxic. And I have understood that because relationships can be toxic, I chose a partner for myself in the first phase of my life that was very back and forth. Maybe because I did not feel I'm good enough, or maybe because I did not actually believe that relationships can be positively healthy. Hence, I chose a partner like that. When I got involved with a partner like that, eventually we ended up being in a back and forth scenario where I did not know the concept of boundaries, and they kept being in a situation where I kept enabling them to use me and they kept doing that. And eventually we ended up breaking up, and they even cheated on me, and a lot of things happened. It was a byproduct of my self concept, of course. And then later down the line, I start to fall in love with someone. But when I start to fall in love with that person, I have a lot of struggle involved because I don't know how love actually looks like. There is not much drama in that, and because of that, I keep sabotaging my relationships. And let's say there is another person who comes from a background where he has seen his parents be in a healthy relationship, and the last time he got together with someone was in a beautiful relationship. It ended mutually because they just lost feelings for each other. Now, let's say both these people get together and both of them are starting their manifestation journey. Don't you think that for the second person, it will be slightly easier to manifest what they want at that time? And I'm not talking about the time, I'm talking about the resistance, I'm talking about the feeling. Because this person has more of an understanding of what a relationship in a healthy way looks like. This person has more of a direction without the wounding and without the trauma in that situation involved. But me, I have trauma involved, I have fears involved. So if this person says an affirmation, for example, I am blessed in love, and I say an affirmation, I'm blessed in love, it will be easier for their mind to believe it. It will be slightly difficult for my mind to believe it because I come from a slightly traumatic situation where I have never felt blessed in love. So, because of that, I first need to work on clearing that trauma. Maybe I will do some inner child work, or maybe I will do some forgiveness work where I will need to focus on releasing all that wounding and all that trauma so that I can actually get into a place where I can also resonate in the same way with that person. So maybe if that person is at 0, I am already starting at -5. So if that person has to do 5 to get into a relationship, I have to do 10. That does not necessarily mean that I am doing anything wrong. It just means that we are coming from a different place. Similarly, let's say there is a person who comes from a childhood where they always had wealth, where wealth was never an issue, where they never had to struggle for money, where they always have seen abundance of it. And this person, as they move forward, wants to start their own business and they start affirming for it. Based on the kind of growth that they have had, it's probable that it would be easy for them to believe that money can come to them in an abundant way because they have seen that happen in their life forever. But let's say another person comes from a place where they haven't seen money in their life at all, where they have always had to struggle for money, and where they have always had to face difficulty in terms of it. And because of that, when they are saying, oh no, I'm worthy of wealth and I am successful, a lot of trauma comes out, and a lot of fears come out, and a lot of resistance comes out because they don't know how it would feel, because all their past issues, all their past conditioning is going to come out and trying to stop them from getting what they want. The issue is not that you are struggling. The issue starts when you hear these phrases in the manifestation community that, oh, manifestation is always supposed to be easy. Manifestation should be effortless all the time. It's probable that manifestation will not always be effortless for you all the time, or neither will it always be easy for you all the time. That does not mean that results cannot come easily or effortlessly. That just means that resistance will be there, because I am coming from a place where I have faced some trauma in my life. I'm not trying to tell you to actually keep being in the healing mode. I'm just trying to tell you that that might be your reality. But if you start struggling a little bit, and because you are struggling a little bit, you start saying that I have heard this, that manifestation is supposed to be easy all the time, but it isn't easy for me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. The probability is that you're not doing something wrong. It's just that you're judging yourself too fast, and you're not actually handling the resistance, because you should know that it is going to come up. You cannot escape it. Now, this does not mean that escape responsibility of your feelings. You are still responsible of how you respond. You're still responsible of taking care of all these feelings that you have coming up inside of you. You are still responsible of taking care of your patterns. I am still responsible for taking care of my relationships moving forward. I just cannot keep whining about the fact that my past was that way. That is a justification, it's not an excuse. But that does not mean it's supposed to be easy. The next thing, the journeys of manifestation is not linear. What that essentially means is that one day you can be on plus 10, then on the next day you can be at plus 6, and then on the next day you can be at minus 5. This does not necessarily mean that you are again doing something wrong. It just means that the world and our resistance and our body works in a way where there can be triggers. Triggers can come from anywhere. Maybe there can be an external trigger. Maybe I saw something that triggered me. Maybe there can be an internal trigger. For women, any of my clients who has worked with me knows, and we have talked about it, when they are going through their cycle, they can have triggering situations. There is nothing wrong essentially with that. It's just that at that moment they are going through some hormonal changes in their body which is triggering them a little bit more. Nothing wrong. I am someone who gets triggered more at nights. Nothing essentially wrong at nights. It's just that my body works in a way where it triggers me more at nights. But if every time I start judging myself from my top movement, I start saying, oh Karan, you in the morning you were feeling so good, why are you being triggered at night? That will only put me down. I still have to accept responsibility of it though. You can still accept the responsibility of it, that hey, it's okay that I'm struggling, but I still need myself to respond to it in a way which makes sure that my new self concept is enforced. But the journey of manifestation is not linear. Expecting it to be linear is the issue. So if I expect that once I feel good I will always feel good, that is an issue. If I expect that I will not face any small resistance in my journey, that's an issue, because resistance comes for me to overcome and cement my new self concept. In these moments, self honesty is very important. Being very honest with yourself is very important. There is a difference between accepting something, dwelling into something, and taking responsibility of something. Accepting something does not necessarily mean that you are dwelling into that. I can accept that I'm feeling sad. Okay, let's say I'm feeling sad or anxious. I can accept that I'm feeling sad or anxious, but I can still take responsibility of changing it. People, where they go wrong is that when I tell them that it's okay to struggle, so what they say is, oh, I am feeling anxious, great, I will just keep feeling anxious now for the next day. No, me feeling anxious does not mean that I have to keep feeling that way. My feeling is still in my control. That was just meant to tell you that okay, you can feel that way, and accept that feeling that way is not wrong, but still you will have to change it. Responsibility is everything. Until I am honest with myself on where I am going wrong, what am I doing which I shouldn't be doing, what are the things in my life that I can do better, I am not going to be in a position to be able to surpass my own limitations, and I'm not going to be in a position to be able to get what I want from there. Please understand that eventually the struggle is going to reach and help you get into the place where you want to be. The struggle is going to be the solution to everything, not because I'm glorifying the concept of struggling. I'm saying that when you are being hit with this resistance, when you are being hit with these opposite feelings, these are your opportunities to overcome them. If I am facing resistance on maybe, oh, I don't feel worthy, that is an opportunity for myself to tell myself, no, that I am worthy. My feeling state is in my control. How do we build confidence? We build confidence by giving ourselves enough evidence that we are who we say we are. So if I'm saying I'm damn good enough and I get hit with an opposite feeling, if I actually can still handle that situation in a way where I can reinforce the fact that I am damn good enough, that is the evidence that I need, and my body needs to actually feel that way. So it's okay to struggle, it's okay to be slightly resistant, it's okay to feel like things are not working out for you, but then, and it's very important to not compare your journey with someone else's or compare it with the standard of, oh, it always has to be easy. But then it's also important to take responsibility of that, use that as an opportunity, and understand that just because you are struggling does not mean that you are doing anything wrong. You handling it in a way which reinforces your lack is the only thing that you're doing wrong. Once you understand that concept, you would be in a better position to be able to get things in your life in a faster and a sustainable way. I wish that you took the message from this video that I have been wanting you to understand, and I will see you guys in the next one. Click the like button if you liked the video. Subscribe and turn the notifications on for more such content. Comment down your video suggestions, and I will see you guys in the next one.